Welcome back to STL TV Live. I'm here with my first guest from PhD Gallery, Philip Hitchcock. Now that we've taken our selfie, define to me define what a selfie really is, and what does that say about who we are?
Well, a selfie, first of all, you know, it was Webster's Word of the Year last year because they are ubiquitous. Everybody's doing it. President Obama's doing it. The Pope is doing it. Selfies are now being regarded as somewhat of an art form because they have their own structural autonomy. And what that means is, you know, it differs from a regular self-portrait in that it's taken by a cell phone generally and immediately disseminated to Facebook, Instagram, some web ring, whereby you then receive immediate feedback. And so it is behavior shaping in that, you know, that photo I sent out yesterday got 10 I likes, but the one today got 20 I likes. Maybe I should be more like that. So it's this sort of extension of Andy Warhol's 15 minutes of fame kind of taken.
Is that what it says about us? Is that we're all seeking a certain amount of fame? Is that what we're... Well, and I said the word narcissistic, but I don't think that, I think that's a little bit too much.
Yeah, I mean, we can play amateur psychologist here and try and figure it out. I think it is an unusual confluence of vanity and marketing and technology that has never come together this way before in history. So,
but is it art?
Well, I think that some of the selfies that we have in the exhibition at PhD Gallery definitely rise to the level of art, of fine art. Some are quite ordinary, others are quite extraordinary.
You got a lot of St. Louisans to participate in this.
Right, I call them the muckety mucks.
How did you get people to come out and actually send their own selfies?
Well, you know, when I got the idea for the show, I actually queued up about 20 or 30 emails, and I was ready to hit send on all of them.
And we're looking at some of them as you speak.
Right, that's Charles Bryson, who is the Civil Rights Enforcement Head, downtown city of St. Louis. Deborah Bass, who's the fashion editor for...
St. Louis Post-Dispatch.
That's right, yeah, right. Here's Emily Stremming, who's a local photographer who's really starting to make an impact on the art scene here. I think you know who that is.
Right.
From STL TV, that's Gilberto Quinella, right? That's quite a little selfie he's got
Very
going there.
interesting.
Kevin Steincross, of course, who's a newscaster for Fox 2.
Right, right. He's been around in St. Louis for quite a while.
A little bit, right? Linda Mueller, another avant-garde photographer who created that image right there with a cell phone. So that's one of the images I think that really does rise to the level of high art.
Okay, what's the next one?
Yeah. Michael Drummond, who is, you know, of course, the Project Runway winner here in St. Louis for his fashion design.
That's kind of interesting.
That's a good one, too. And, of course, self-described cheerleader for the arts, Nancy Kranzberg, who is a wonderful, wonderful woman.
And who is this gentleman?
That would be me.
You want to show those abs, right?
Yeah, you know,
Did you actually take that picture like that, or was someone taking that picture?
No,
is that an actual selfie?
That is an actual selfie I shot in the mirror at the gym, yeah.
What selfies do you find the most interesting or amazing as you look through all of these?
Well, I think what I find really interesting about most selfies is what people choose to show, of course, but what they're not aware that they're showing. Mm-hmm. So you start looking into the background of some of these images and you might see laundry piled up somewhere. You might see something that they're completely unaware or disregarding about the image that they've chosen to show. And they're very telling. I mean, I know it's a stretch, but imagine if we had selfies from the 50s. Imagine if we had them historically from, you know, ancient Rome, what we would know about day-to-day life just by seeing these.
But don't you find it a little scary that you take a picture and it goes basically around the world very quickly, and when it's yourself, if it's not like at 20 you can take a picture, and you may not like that picture or wonder why you did that if it's a little risque by the time you are 40. So isn't it just kind of scary that you know that the world sees these pictures?
It's called a digital tattoo. And, you know, if you make a bad call at a frat party or something and do something maybe you wish you hadn't done, the thinking is that people, decision makers, like, say, an HR manager in the future, who will say, let me see your Facebook page, or I've seen these images, the thinking is he's probably likely to be a little more forgiving because he himself is a digital native and may have made similar bad judgment calls.
Well, let's take a break, but when we come back, we're going to talk about some of the additional selfies that you've seen. I know there were more than 50 probably, and how you chose the ones that you chose. We'll be right back. We're going to take a break, and we're going to come back and talk more with Philip
Hitchcock.
And you know what? And I said that because you remind me that name of Alfred Hitchcock. Obviously, I keep saying Alfred
In
Hitchcock.
sound, but not hopefully not deportment.
But you sound
right?
much better when you say it. We'll be right back.